Hello, welcome to another INFJ ramble. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine, and we were talking about vision boards. I don't know how the topic came up. And they were talking about how the things that we've written are predominant, which is basically your thoughts put on paper. So whatever you've predominantly been thinking about, is outletted on paper or through expressions of art, or whatever it is. It's even in its subtlest forms, how do I say, created in your atmosphere, your environment, your aura, your disposition. You know what I mean? So we're talking about the importance of vision boards, about just kind of like putting it out there visually for you to constantly reference in order to implement, I guess, goals or things you would like to attain in this lifetime. And we both agree that it does work. So whether you have created a vision board or not, it's something to think about. Maybe you should take some time, really think about what you want to attain or achieve, and make a vision board. I know I spent most of my life journaling, but if you've watched previous videos, my hand couldn't keep up with my thoughts. And so I tried typing, and even at that was getting a little, it was taking its toll on me, typing it out. And so I just went to observing my thoughts. And a couple of years ago, I was motivated to create a vision board by another good friend that passed through my life. She was amazing, but she was trying to initiate me to join this kind of like financial scheme thing. And I love her, and I loved what she was passionate about. It just wasn't the path that I wanted to take. But all things aside, she inspired me to do this vision board, and I haven't shared it with many people, but I'll share it with you, whoever has discovered my channel. Yeah, it's weird. So because it was like a financial organization, they wanted the people to make a vision board on what they wanted to, achieve in life. And, most people, I feel, would put like pictures of cars that they want to own, and houses or property or their bank account state, whatever. Tomato, tomato. If that's where you're focusing your energy, then that's cool. But I made my vision board, and I actually didn't show up to the seminar because I was just like, this is gonna blow their mind, and they're not gonna understand, and I don't want to expend energy trying to explain my point of view. So I made this vision board. I just never shared it with anyone, except for my friend that I was talking to about vision boards and writing things down, and how they actually do manifest and come to fruition in the right time. I don't really know how I'm going to video it, but here, let me show you. That's my vision board. And it's really interesting because I wrote a couple of axioms on there, and looking back on it, I have no idea where I got that information from. I think I even tried Googling it to pinpoint the author. Didn't even come up on Google. Maybe I wasn't relentless enough in my search. But anyhow, let me show you up close. So that's my vision board. And I broke it down basically into 4 components. The first component is modalities of healing, right there. And the way I made this, I kind of like broke it down into like a pie to show, where I was and the progressive states that I needed to pass through in order to get to here. So I did one for modalities of healing, empower yourself, modalities of movement, expansion through experience. I made one for modalities of consumption, so going from a really like heavy meat diet and junk food diet to vegetarian, liquidarian, breatharian, and eventually just, I don't know, consuming and like expelling prana. And then the last sphere that I made was modalities of consciousness. So you are what you think. Went from feeling like a black sheep to feeling like you were part of like a family, I suppose. And then just kind of like accessing higher levels of yourself, you know, and then the steps that I would take to that, and then that. If you look here, I incorporated in the pupil the yin-yang symbol representing the dark and the light, and the Ouroboros symbol, the snake eating its own tail, which I think is, I guess, symbolic of like cycles, you know, like you're repeating cycles until you cycle through it and then move on to a next cycle, you know. And if you look really closely, I actually wrote something in here, and it basically says, we can be near to awakening or further. There is always something you can do at certain moments. We must recognize these moments, know what to do, and how we are studying doors. Self-remembering is a door. I know I totally slaughtered that. Whatever. I think you got it. I also did this here. It's probably backwards because I'm videotaping. But basically it says, man can change. There are different degrees of man that can be attained after long and persistent work. If we can be more conscious, this will make the higher centers work. Know thyself. So yeah, that's my vision board. I guess I wasn't really interested in the cars and the houses. I was more interested in evolution. That is more important to me, I suppose. But can you imagine taking this to like a financial seminar and trying to explain that? I think that would just blow people's mind, especially if they weren't at that level of consciousness. They'd be like, this chick is weird. I guess that's why I haven't shared it with many people. But it literally rests by my bedside, kind of, in the window area. So I can reference it consciously or subconsciously as needed, you know. Sometimes I forget it's even there, and then there's other times I'll be sitting on bed and it'll grab my attention, and I'll kind of like, I don't know, just kind of like marvel at what I created. I don't even know what state of mind I was in when I created this and what I was being influenced by, really. Yeah, so vision boards, important, and be careful, because your inner dialogue literally lets you know like in what direction you're heading and what you're trying to accomplish and attain in your lifetime, with unbeknownst to you or not. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Sorry if I bored you. Yeah. Anyhow, have a beautiful day. Blessings to one and all. Amen.